Hello, it is I, Sir Russ, and JoustVille got a big update. Let's look at some things. First, I think we talked about how our shader worked, so we're going to go get a horse and a shield and a lance to prepare for our next fight. Um, let's take a look at our horse. Our black Destro is what we want. That leaves us a little bit of money to go to the armorer, and we want a better lance. And one of the things I'm really proud of is how these all show up in the game. But I also want a better shield, and I only have a little bit of gold. Never mind. I guess we're waiting on a better shield. But we'll try that one. Now, let's go to the joust. One of the things I was really not happy about was just the overall vibe of the joust. Now I feel it is much more interactive and captures the feeling that I wanted, but it's also much harder. There's also a UI problem. Now there's a lot of information the player has to read that has to be communicated pretty quick. So let's see if I can narrate. Gallop phase hasn't changed. I'm really happy with that. I like how that worked. But the couch phase, where you drop the lance, has changed. Now you have a natural target, so we're going to aim at chest. So now we're locked in, and look, we can aim, and that happens really fast, but both you and the enemy have time to react to one another and try to block what the other person is doing. So watch over here. You'll see what the enemy is doing. You'll see his aim and his block. And the UI needs work, I'll give it that. But now if you look, you can see what the enemy is aiming at. So I need to block high. And I also want to try to aim to avoid his block. And the game keeps track of all that. All that is getting recorded, and there's a chance to react. Hang on, I'm going to pause it during that, and we'll talk about it. Like I said, the gallop phase, really happy with. Couch phase, you choose when to drop, and then you choose when to let go. But this phase, it's not pausing. That's the interactive part. And although communicating that information is not going smoothly, I do like how it feels. You can react, you can change your guard. Oh, and look, now we have a tie. It's also made the game much harder. It is not as easy to get these 6-point hits anymore, especially with the entry level equipment. Alright, we're going to aim for a good chest. Boom, good chest. He is blocking center. Ooh, I wonder who won. The game's not supposed to allow an actual tie. Oh, defeat. All right. Interesting. Well, we learned something about how the game calculates the score. And like I said, it's much, much harder. I've made some changes, and I hope you like it. Please give a comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know what you think. We'll give the horse a treat.